Had a little technical difficulty. We're going to put this back together, but I was putting my cheese in my sauce. So I'm going to continue to put my mustard cheese in my sauce, just like so. Take it, and then you're going to remember to stir. Make sure you get this stuff real good, okay? And now, as I'm stirring this, I've got my 3 other cheeses here. I've got my mozzarella. If I were New York, I call it mozzarella. Just drop that right in there, get all of it out. I've got my Colby Jack shredded cheese. Pop that in, stir it up real good, get all of it out. And then lastly, I've got my sharp cheddar. We're gonna put this in. And now we're gonna stir this stuff up real good. And it begins to look just delicious. You won't want to slap somebody. So I would not advise you make this with other people in your house, because you get so excited about how good it's going to be to you that you may mess around and hit somebody, and then you'll end up in jail, and I would not recommend that. So you're just surprised by people. You know, this is a good Easter meal to make. So I'm going to try to show you what it will start to look like. So you're going to see how, no wait, maybe you're not. You'll see it when I pour it. How deliciously stringy this cheese is going to be. You might want to turn your heat up just a little bit to make sure it's all even. And as I said earlier, we already did our mac and cheese, our macaroni. So now I'm going to take my cheese mixture and I'm going to pour it over my macaroni. And there you have just all sorts of goodness. And bring this back over to my heat. So maybe when here, you can see what that will look like. You see that mac and cheese, delicious. I'm gonna stir that up a little bit, get that mac and cheese all ready. And what I did at the very, very beginning was I buttered my pan. I took a little pan, took a little stick of butter, put that in there. So now what we're going to do is transfer our mac and cheese to our pot, to our pan. So I've got my little soup ladle that I'm going to take and put mac and cheese in here. Take another little full spoonful, get it all in there. And because I'm greedy and I enjoy my cheese, I'm going to take more cheese and layer it. So your taste will be cheese throughout, not just on the bottom or drizzled on the top, but you will have a bite of cheese in every bite that you take. That was my Colby Jack. Now we're gonna put a little bit of this mozzarella, and it is good. And you might see the sweat beads beginning to perspire on my forehead. That is because I am fat. And fat people sweat when they're standing over the stove. I would take the moment to dab my sweat, but I don't want you all to think that I got sweaty mac and cheese, so I won't do that. And now I'm just gonna pour the rest of my mac and cheese mix in my pot. So now look at that. So once you get the mac and cheese mixture all good together, it looks just like this, delicious. And you pop it in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. And because we're on TV or on YouTube and the internet, I already had a pan in the oven that I made about 5 minutes ago. So I'm going to take this pan out and to show you what this looks like. You want it to stay until it's golden deliciousness. And look at that. Look at that. Oh. So it says on the recipe that this will serve about 8, and it is best served hot. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it just so that you don't look at this. It's steaming still, delicious. Now, I'm gonna try not to burn the roof of my mouth, but you will forgive me for just tasting just a little bit of it. I like the little crispy on the top. I'm gonna blow a little bit so that I don't burn my mouth. And it just smells like heaven. Mmm. Very, very good. So, easy dish to make. And I want you all to know that I am sweating in this kitchen for you. And what I would like also to do is challenge some of my colleagues, some of my friends who claim to be the most expert chefs, like Chief of Staff Patrice Mercadal, President Ronald Verrett, Chief Shani Doral, and they're going to be people that I'm going to be pushing all along, like Miss Barbara, Miss Anitra Calvin. She thinks she makes these little creamy praline candies. I'm going to challenge them to cook at their houses and upload their videos so that they can show you how they make it, and then you can let me know who you think makes the best mac and cheese or whatever that dish is. I want you all to take good care of yourselves and take good care of each other. Until we see each other again, this is delicious. Have a good night, y'all.